The campaign Can't Buy My Silence, led by Zelda Perkins, who helped expose the abuse of Harvey Weinstein, has also uncovered multiple scandals in the higher education sector, which led to action by the former government to ban the use of NDAs in that sector. We sadly know in our own Labour movement that trade unions have been accused of using confidentiality clauses in settlements, which have the same chilling effect as NDAs.
Now, this campaign to redress the power imbalance to those offered non-disclosure agreements in cases of sexual harassment, bullying and discrimination has been many years in the making. It transcends organisations and it transcends party. And I want to pay tribute to members past and present of all colours who have been a part of this campaign for so long. I was pleased to hear from the Minister from the dispatch box that we hope to continue to make progress, but I hope to urge him to go further, faster.
I know that there's also non-disclosure agreements that are alluded to with amendments here. And I would welcome the kind words that the Minister have said around that, but warm words do not actually get it onto legislation. So I would ask the Minister to reflect on that, and I'm sure colleagues will intervene on NDAs.
I know from experience that is in fact one of the practices of employment lawyers who work for employers to go onto Google Maps and look at the houses in which the complainants live so that they can assess what level of assets they are likely to have and whether they are likely to be able to afford to continue their defence to tribunal and or whether or not they could be offered a smaller amount of settlement. Does she agree with me that NDAs are providing cover for this?
I chair the all-party parliamentary group on modernising employment. At the last session we had, we heard from Zelda Perkins from Can't Buy My Silence in relation to non-disclosure agreements. Her testament makes it absolutely clear that we need more done in this space. And if there is room through this bill to do that, then I would urge the government to take those amendments on that were described earlier on.
New Clause 74 looks to ban non-disclosure agreements that prevent workers from making a disclosure about harassment, including sexual harassment. And we have talked about sexual harassment in the workplace for the last 5 hours, I think, or 4 hours. Data from the Can't Buy My Silence campaign has revealed that some deeply worrying statistics about the misuses of NDAs. In a survey of over 1,000 people who experienced harassment and discrimination in the workplace, 25% reported being forced to sign an NDA, while an additional 11% stated they cannot say due to legal reasons, implying they also signed an NDA.
On the reported cases of dismissal of pregnant women or new mothers, does the Honourable Lady agree with me that it's dramatically underreported because of the use of NDAs in a lot of companies whilst they're taking action against pregnant women or recent mothers?
I mean, I could talk about NDAs at some length, and I don't have time to today. They are definitely problematic, and they are definitely concealing the extent of the problems that women suffer when they announce their pregnancy.
I will now turn to the speech from my right honourable friend, the member for Sheffield Heeley. It was her first speech from the backbenches, I believe. I don't think she'll be on for very long if she continues to make contributions like that. I thought it was an excellent speech, and the way she spoke about her constituent, Mr B, really hammered home the importance of tackling the area of non-disclosure agreements. I would like to pay tribute to her and her ongoing efforts to ensure victims of misconduct and bullying can speak up about their experiences and get the help and support that they need. And I also want to thank the Honourable Member for Oxford West and Abington for originally tabling the amendment and meeting me last week, and for sharing, sadly, another horrific story about the abuse of NDAs. And also I thank the Honourable Member for Bath for her contribution as well in this area, because we do know there are legitimate uses of NDAs, but I want to be clear, and we've heard too many examples of it today, they should not be used to silence victims of harassment or other misconduct. I understand that honourable members want to ensure equal protection in relation to NDAs concerning harassment across the economy, and I absolutely hear what honourable members have said. However, we have to acknowledge that this would be a wide-reaching change and would take a significant step without properly engaging with workers, employees and stakeholders and assessing the impact on sectors across the economy. So I want to reiterate that I recognise that non-disclosure agreements are an important issue which warrant further consideration and we will continue to look into the issues raised. And my honourable friend said she wants me to go further, and I look forward to engaging with her and organisations such as Can't Bar My Silence